How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another photography video. Actually, the first one I'm doing. For the past few videos, it's been Nathan covering all photography while I do videography. But now, I'll be teaching is a sort of genre of photography basically, which is toy photography. If you check my Instagram, I post a lot of toy photography, more on Lego because that's the toy I'm still sort of addicted with, and I have a lot. So, well, I mean, this is good. This Transformers, whatever you have at home, use. That's the most important thing that these videos should be teaching you. It's to use whatever you have at home and to create art out of it. But this is not my style, so let me just. Almost, but yeah, I think you get the point. Alright, so I fixed it, I guess. So we can start off with this. Basically, get whatever you have at your house and find a place with good lighting. So again, I'm using the natural light from my window. Wait, hold up. There we go. So I'm using the natural light, outdoor light from my window, and of course I have backlights, my lamp, my LED light strip. So all you have to do is just find some subject, and often I like to use a white background, white wall, white floor. If you don't have that, easy technique is to, as we're all students, you students and teachers, of course, we have a lot of bond paper at home, maybe even scratch paper. As long as it's one side clean, what you can do is you can use said paper as your background, and you can also use it as the floor where it stands. But here I actually have my own desk, and it's white with a white wall. So I think we can get started. Let me just get some Lego. Okay, so I've got my Lego. Now I just have to clear out my desk.
Listen to the midnight radio.
Alright, kinda cleaned out my desk. Now time for the actual subjects to come in. So you know, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I actually have a lot of Stormtroopers, Shocktroopers, Clone Troopers. So I have them in bulks basically, which is obviously what you also see in the movie. Right, to sort of carry on to toy photography, I also wanna sort of share my perception of toy photography. I think a good rule of thumb is to sort of get to know portrait photography. You're gonna treat the toy as if it were an actual model. So just that you have the flexibility to move it however you want. This lens in the camera world is known as the Nifty 50. It's a 50mm f1.8. So its focal length is very compressed. So it gives better separation from the subject to the background, and it's also an f1.8, so it's a shallow depth of field, which you may know as the sort of blurriness in a photo. If you have a camera, or if you have an interchangeable lens camera, I think it's good to invest in something like this. It's one of the cheaper lenses you can actually buy from Canon. And it's actually one of their best. It's a prime, so it's more cleaner compared to using a zoom. What we will be doing now is I'll show you the different techniques you'd need in toy photography, and we're using our phones again. So it will be mobile, so a lot of you can do this at home. So, alright, let's get started. What we have going on right now is that it's sort of the idea of we're sort of back to the idea of composition, which has been discussed. So you can always go back to that video. So as you can see, even on this camera, it's sort of composed nicely. So one composition technique that we photographers use is leading lines. So if the subject is okay, so let's take out the driver. Let's take a picture of the car with the driver at the side. If this is your shot, you can see these lines, and they're all leading. All of these lines lead to this person. That's the super basic definition of what leading lines are. So if we were to get our camera, right? So let's get our camera, then we'll take the picture. I've taken my first photo. It's not bad. I mean, I think the white, there's a lacking whiteness in the floor, that it sits on. So what I like to do, since it's just toys, you can actually I have my lamp here. It's an orange lamp, but oftentimes the camera will just perceive it as something white. The white balance will just take over, and in post-processing you can actually change that. Be a bit more flexible. Then you can take your camera. Then as you can see, it already turns out white. It's better to obviously shoot in using your camera's telephoto lens. So for mine, it's a 2x zoom. Sort of one way to do toy photography.
Through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay.
This is another way to do framing. It's that you add this sort of layers. So it's not just some 2D flat photo. There's actually layers to it. So here you can actually try using Alright, so I'll shoot it upside down since it's easier that way, since the camera's over here, center framed. And as you can see, there's actually a bit of reflection. This is another way to be more creative with your photos. It's that you can sort of use the reflection. That's a super basic idea of toy photography. It's that you have to sort of apply the different techniques, so that the different techniques you'd use when doing portrait photography. Alright, so that's toy photography basics. Of course, we're gonna do more of these videos so that you can sort of be entertained and you're more inspired to create at home. And of course, all of these are actually applicable to your different lessons in school. Art for one most especially, and your different the different subject performance tasks that you're actually assigned to do for the year. So making videos, photo essays. Anyway, stay home, stay safe, and never forget to always